You feel it, don't you? The weight, the chains, the suffocating grip of a system designed to keep you in line. They told you to work hard, save a little, and everything would be fine. They lied. The truth? You've been set up to fail, to grind endlessly for scraps, while the real power slips further from your grasp. But what if I told you there's a way out? A path to freedom they don't want you to see. A journey that starts with knowledge, with discipline, with the relentless pursuit of control. Financial freedom isn't a gift, it's a war. And in this war, education is your weapon. Habits are your armor, and confidence is your sword. Today, we're not here to play by their rules. We're here to rewrite them, to dismantle the lies, crush the excuses, and reclaim the power that's been stolen from you. Whether it's mastering your money, building multiple income streams, or arming yourself with financial literacy, you'll get the tools, the mindset, and the fire to break free. But make no mistake, this isn't for the weak. This is for the warriors. The road to financial freedom is long, brutal, and unforgiving. But for those who dare to take it, true power awaits. Welcome to GrimFace Financial. Let's get to work. Lesson 1. Master your mindset around money. Money. It's the one thing society whispers about yet shouts at you through every corner of your life. It's painted as a villain, a corrupting force, or the unreachable dream always just beyond your grasp. But let me tell you something right now. Money isn't the enemy. It's not evil, and it's not your savior either. It's a mirror. It reflects your mindset, your discipline, and the limits of what you believe is possible. Let's strip this down to its bones. Why are you here? Why do you care about mastering money? Is it to finally feel free? To lift that crushing weight of debt off your shoulders? To escape the 9-to-5 treadmill that drains your soul day after day? Or maybe, just maybe, it's because you've realized that without mastering money, you'll always be a slave to someone else's system. Know your why. If you don't know why you're fighting this battle, you'll never have the strength to win it. You'll give up the moment it gets hard, and trust me, it will get hard. The system is designed to keep you comfortable enough to stay complacent, yet struggling enough to never break free. So dig deep. Is it freedom you want? Peace of mind? Power? Legacy? Get brutally honest with yourself. Your why is your anchor in the storm. Without it, you'll drift aimlessly, tossed around by every obstacle that stands between you and financial mastery. But before you charge ahead, you must confront the lies, the myths that have chained your mind. You've heard them your entire life. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. I'll never be good with money. Let me break it down for you. Those are not truths. They are excuses. Comfortable lies told by people who've already given up. Money isn't evil, it's power. And like any power, it only corrupts the weak. If you fear money, it's because deep down, you fear what you might become when you have it. Stop running from it. Face it. Master it. And let's talk about that last myth. I'll always be bad with money. That's the voice of surrender. The voice that says, this is just the way it is, and I can't change it. Let me tell you something raw and unfiltered. That's a choice. You've chosen to believe that you're stuck, that you're doomed to repeat the same mistakes, that you're incapable of better. And as long as you believe that, it will remain your reality. But here's the brutal truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your family, not the government, not some windfall or lucky break. If you're waiting for a miracle, stop. You're wasting time. Take responsibility. Look at where you are financially right now. Good, bad, or downright ugly. And own it. Every decision you've made up until this point has brought you here. And that's not meant to shame you. It's meant to empower you. Because if your choices got you here, your choices can get you out. You have to commit. Not halfway. Not I'll try and see how it goes. Full. Ruthless. Commitment. This isn't just about saving a few dollars or cutting back on your morning coffee. This is about rewiring your brain, reprogramming your habits, breaking the cycle of paycheck to paycheck survival, and stepping into a mindset of abundance. And that doesn't happen by accident. It happens through relentless focus, discipline, and the refusal to give up, no matter how many times you fail along the way. Let me leave you with this. Money is a tool. That's all it is. It doesn't care about your feelings, your past, or your excuses. It's neutral, but it's also powerful. In the hands of the disciplined and the determined, it builds empires. In the hands of the careless and the complacent, it destroys lives. So ask yourself, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to let it control you? Or will you rise above the myths, own your reality, and master your mindset around money? The choice is yours. But make no mistake, your time is running out. Every day you wait is another day the system tightens its grip. Decide, commit, and take what's yours, because no one else will. Lesson 2. Budgeting. Made simple. Take control of your financial destiny. Budgeting. That word alone might make your skin crawl. It's been made out to be this tedious, soul-sucking chore that robs you of your freedom and shackles your desires. But let me tell you something right now. Budgeting isn't the cage. It's the key. It's the weapon you wield to cut through the chaos of financial uncertainty. And if you master it, it becomes the foundation of your freedom. Let's start with the 50-30-20 rule. Sounds simple, right? 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt repayment. But let me ask you, how many of us actually live by it? How many of us have the discipline to separate what we need from what we simply want? Discipline is the word that separates those who stay trapped in financial mediocrity from those who rise above it. Needs are your survival, housing, food, transportation. Wants? They're the dopamine hits, the distractions, the shiny objects that keep you comfortable, but broke. And that 20%? That's the future you've been ignoring while you scroll through fleeting pleasures. It's not just about numbers, it's about priorities. What do you value more? Temporary satisfaction or long-term security? The life you dream of or the comfort of staying where you are? When you follow the 50-30-20 rule, you're not just creating a budget, you're taking control. You're saying, I refuse to let my money control me. I decide where it goes, and I decide what it builds. But you can't build what you can't see. Track your spending. Look it in the eye. Awareness is brutal, but it's also liberating. Where is your money really going? Do you even know? Or are you blindly swiping, one purchase at a time, slowly digging a hole you can't climb out of? Open your eyes. Use an app, a spreadsheet, or even a pen and paper. Whatever it takes to expose the truth. The truth about your habits. The truth about your impulses. The truth about what's draining your potential before it even has a chance to grow. Because here's the thing. What you don't track, you can't control. And what you can't control will eventually control you. So take the first step. Face the numbers. You might feel ashamed at first. You might feel overwhelmed. But let that fuel you. Let the sting of reality light a fire inside you. Because the truth hurts, but ignorance will destroy you. Now let's talk about savings. You've heard the excuses. I don't have enough to save. I'll start next month. It's not that important right now. Lies. Lies that keep you stuck. Saving isn't something you do when you feel like it. It's something you do because your future depends on it. Automate your savings. Make it effortless. Remove your excuses from the equation. Set up automatic transfers to your savings or investment accounts. Treat it like a bill you have to pay. A bill to your future self. Because every dollar you save is a vote for the life you want. And every dollar you waste is a vote against it. This isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about power. It's about stepping out of the fog of financial chaos and into the clarity of financial control. It's about creating a life where you're not constantly looking over your shoulder, fearing the next unexpected expense, dreading the next paycheck that never seems to be enough. It's about becoming the master of your financial destiny instead of a victim of your own ignorance and inaction. So here's the challenge. Are you ready to stop making excuses? Are you ready to stop pretending that your finances will magically fix themselves? Are you ready to take control? Because budgeting is not about deprivation. It's about liberation. It's about saying, I will no longer be a slave to my impulses, to the system, to the endless cycle of paycheck to paycheck survival. The 50-30-20 rule, tracking your spending, automating your savings, they're not just strategies. They're weapons. They're tools of transformation. Use them ruthlessly. Use them relentlessly. And watch as your finances shift from chaos to control, from scarcity to abundance. But make no mistake, this isn't easy. It's a battle. A battle against old habits, against societal conditioning, and most importantly, against yourself. But if you commit, if you fight, if you stay disciplined, you'll come out on the other side stronger, freer, and more in control than you ever thought possible. So what's it going to be? Will you let your money slip through your fingers like sand, leaving nothing but regret? Or will you take control, master your budget, and build the life you've been dreaming of? The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking, and every second you wait is a second you can never get back. Decide, act, dominate, because no one else will do it for you. Lesson 3, crush your chains. Pay off debt fast. Debt, the silent assassin of dreams. It lurks in the shadows, tightening its grip on your life with every passing day. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't forgive, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't care about your excuses, your struggles, or your good intentions. Debt is a predator, and if you don't take control, it will devour your future. But here's the brutal truth. You put yourself here. Whether it was out of necessity, ignorance, or indulgence, every swipe, every loan, every careless, I'll deal with it later, brought you to this moment. And the longer you ignore it, the stronger it becomes. It's time to stop running. It's time to fight back. It's time to pay off debt fast. Let's talk about strategy. There are two weapons in this war: the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. The avalanche method is for the ruthless. It's the cold, calculated approach that goes straight for the jugular of your highest interest debt. This is the smart path, the logical path, the path that saves you the most money in the long run. Then there's the snowball method, the one that builds momentum by taking down your smallest debts first. Each victory fuels your fire, keeps you motivated, and pushes you to keep going. It doesn't matter which you choose. What matters is that you choose one and attack relentlessly. But hear this, whether you're rolling a snowball or triggering an avalanche, you must focus on the biggest threat: high-interest debt. Credit cards, payday loans, those predatory traps that are designed to keep you drowning forever. They're the leeches bleeding you dry, siphoning away your hard-earned money with their obscene interest rates. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar stolen from your future. Prioritize them. Cut them down. Kill them off. Because as long as they exist, you're not free. And while you're waging this war, you must seal the cracks in your defenses. Avoid new debt at all costs. Let me say that again. Avoid new debt at all costs. You cannot fight this battle while digging yourself deeper into the pit. Learn to live within your means. Budget like your life depends on it, because it does. Stop living for the illusion of comfort today at the expense of your security tomorrow. Sacrifice is the price of freedom. Cut out the unnecessary. Delay the luxuries. Learn to save for what you need instead of borrowing for what you want. This is not just about paying off debt. It's about breaking the cycle. Debt isn't just a financial problem. It's a mindset problem. It's the product of impulse, of ignorance, of seeking instant gratification instead of long-term growth. To truly free yourself, you must confront that mindset. You must rewire your brain to see money not as something to spend, but as something to master, to control, to grow. Every extra dollar you throw at your debt is an act of rebellion against the system designed to keep you enslaved. Every unnecessary expense you cut is a step closer to liberation. Every sacrifice you make now is an investment in the life you'll get to live when the chains are finally broken. But make no mistake, this won't be easy. This is a battle that will test your discipline, your resilience, and your willpower. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the mountain feels too steep, when the weight of your mistakes feels unbearable. Those are the moments that define you. Will you retreat, or will you rise? Will you surrender to the grip of debt, or will you fight like hell to break free? Let me remind you of one thing. Debt feeds on inaction. The longer you wait, the more it grows. The longer you hesitate, the deeper it digs its claws into your life. The time to act is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Ready is a lie. There's only now. Decide, commit, attack. So what's it going to be? Will you let debt control your life, your choices, your future? Or will you take back what's yours? Will you fight tooth and nail to reclaim your freedom? Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. This is your battle, your responsibility, your redemption. The chains are heavy, but they're not unbreakable. The climb is steep, but it's not impossible. The cost is high, but so is the reward. Decide today that you will no longer live as a slave to debt. Decide today that you will master your money, your habits, and your life. Decide today that you will rise, because freedom isn't given, it's taken, and it's time you take it. Lesson 4. Save and invest early. Build your fortress of freedom. Time. It's the one thing you can never get back, and every day you let slip through your fingers is a day you forfeit your future. Your financial future isn't just something that happens, it's built. Brick by brick, dollar by dollar, choice by choice. And if you don't start building it today, you're already losing. Let's talk about the silent force that can make or break your wealth. Compound interest. It's the closest thing to magic this world has to offer. Yet most people squander its power because they're too busy chasing short-term comforts. Compound interest doesn't care how much you earn. It cares how early you start. Every dollar you invest today isn't just $1, it's a seed. And if you plant it early enough, it grows, multiplies, and eventually becomes a forest. But here's the dark truth. The longer you wait, the harder the climb. Time is either your ally or your executioner, and the choice is entirely yours. But let me be clear. Saving and investing isn't just about getting rich. It's about building a fortress. A fortress that shields you from the storms life will throw at you. And trust me, the storms are coming. Layoffs, medical emergencies, broken down cars, Life doesn't ask for permission to knock you off your feet. And if you're not ready, it will leave you shattered, scrambling, and drowning in debt. That's why you need an emergency fund. Not tomorrow, not next month. Now 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting in a safe, untouchable account. Not for vacations, not for impulse purchases, for survival. Because the world doesn't care about your excuses, and debt is merciless when it comes to feeding on the unprepared. But saving alone won't get you where you want to go. If you think stuffing cash under a mattress or in a basic savings account is enough, you're playing a losing game. Inflation will devour your money while you sleep. You have to invest wisely. And I'm not talking about chasing the latest stock tip or gambling on get-rich-quick schemes. I'm talking about discipline, index funds, ETFs, low-cost, diversified options that grow steadily over time. These aren't flashy, and they won't make you an overnight millionaire. But they're reliable, they're consistent, and over decades, they can turn your financial life into an unstoppable force. But here's the catch. This takes discipline. This takes patience. This takes a mindset that most people simply don't have. Most people want results now. They want gratification now. They don't want to sacrifice their lattes, their streaming subscriptions, their latest gadgets. But let me tell you something. They will pay for their comfort later. They will pay with sleepless nights, with endless debt, with the crushing realization that they wasted the most valuable resource they had: time. You're not like them. You can't afford to be. You're here because you know there's more. You're here because you refuse to settle for mediocrity, for scraping by, for being one paycheck away from disaster. You're here because you're ready to take control. So let me ask you, what's stopping you? What excuse are you holding on to? Is it fear, ignorance, laziness? Whatever it is, it's costing you. Every day you delay is a day lost. Every dollar you spend mindlessly is a dollar that could have been working for you. Every excuse you make is a step further from the life you deserve. Start today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Today, open that investment account. Build that emergency fund. Watch your spending like a hawk. Because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do this for you. This is your responsibility, your battle, your legacy to create. And let me remind you of this. Wealth isn't just about numbers in a bank account. It's about freedom. It's about power. It's about waking up every day, knowing you own your life. Not your boss, not your debt, not the system that wants to keep you trapped. So what will you choose? Will you keep living for today, clinging to temporary comforts, and sacrificing your future? Or will you take the harder path, the disciplined path, the path that leads to true freedom? The choice is yours, but make no mistake. Every second you waste, every dollar you squander, the clock is ticking. Time will not wait for you. Act now. Save. Invest. Building. Because the life you want isn't going to hand itself to you. You have to take it. And you have to take it now. Lesson 5. Create multiple streams of income. Forge your financial empire. Let's face the truth. Most people are too afraid to admit. Relying on one source of income is financial suicide. It's a fragile existence, a house of cards that could collapse the moment life throws its first punch. A job loss, an unexpected medical bill, an economic downturn. If your livelihood depends on a single paycheck, then you're walking a tightrope with no safety net, and sooner or later, you're going to fall. But you're not here to fall. You're here to rise, to build something unshakable, to create multiple streams of income so powerful, so diverse, that no storm can bring you down. Don't rely on one income. Depending on one paycheck is like putting all your trust in a single thread to hold your weight. It's weak. It's vulnerable. It's dangerous. If that thread snaps, you're left hanging over the abyss, scrambling for a way out. But here's the brutal truth. Most people will never realize this until it's too late. They'll cling to their jobs, their stable incomes, and convince themselves they're secure. They'll believe the lie that loyalty to a single employer will somehow protect them. But you know better. One income is not enough. Not in a world where everything can be taken away in an instant. You need more. Side hustles, investments, business ventures, anything that adds another stream of money to your life. Because every additional income source is another thread reinforcing your safety net. Another layer of armor shielding you from financial ruin. The power of passive income. Here's the beauty of creating wealth. You don't have to grind forever. Passive income is your ticket to financial freedom. But don't be fooled. Passive doesn't mean effortless. It means intentional. It means putting in the work up front to build something that pays you long after the effort is done. Rental properties, dividends, royalties, automated businesses. These aren't just buzzwords. They're the tools that let you stop trading your time for money. Because here's the reality. Your time is finite, but your income doesn't have to be. The world is full of opportunities, but most people are too blind or too lazy to seize them. They'll spend their lives clocking in and out, working for someone else, building someone else's dream. But not you. You're here to create income that works for you while you sleep, while you rest, while you live. Passive income isn't just money, it's power. Power to choose how you spend your time. Power to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't serve you. Power to control your life instead of being controlled by it. Scale your income. But let's not stop there. Income isn't just about survival. It's about growth. It's about expansion. It's about scaling your earning potential until you're unstoppable. How do you do that? Invest in yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your expertise. The more valuable you make yourself, the more you can demand, the more you can create, the more you can conquer. Take courses, read books, network with people who are where you want to be. Start a business, build a brand, take risks. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's uncertain. But let me ask you this. Would you rather risk failure, or would you rather stay stuck in mediocrity? Would you rather struggle to grow or struggle to survive? Every skill you learn, every opportunity you seize, every risk you take, it's all fuel for the fire. The fire that will burn down the limitations of relying on a single income. The fire that will forge your financial empire. The brutal truth. But here's the catch, this isn't for everyone. Most people will never build multiple income streams because they lack the discipline, the courage, and the vision. They'll settle for a life of just getting by, of scraping through, of praying that nothing goes wrong. And they'll stay trapped in that cycle because it's easier to settle than it is to fight. But not you. You're here because you've decided to fight, to break free, to build. You're here because you understand that financial security isn't given, it's taken. And it's taken by those who refuse to rely on luck, who refuse to live at the mercy of someone else's paycheck, who refuse to settle for anything less than total control over their financial destiny. So what's it going to be? Will you keep clinging to the illusion of security, or will you create real security? Will you stay trapped in a system designed to keep you dependent, or will you build your way out? The choice is yours, but make no mistake. Time is your most precious resource, and it's running out. Every day you wait is a day wasted. Every dollar you squander is a dollar you'll never get back. Start now. Build your side hustle. Invest in passive income. Scale your skills. Create streams of wealth so diverse, so relentless, that nothing can stop you. This is your life, your fight, your legacy. Take it, build it, own it, Because no one else will do it for you. The world doesn't hand out freedom. You have to earn it. And you earn it by creating multiple streams of income that no one can take from you. So rise, fight, building and dominate. Because you were made for more than survival. You were made to thrive. Lesson 6. Simplify your finances. The path to true freedom. Let's be real. Finances aren't complicated. You might think they are, but that's the illusion society wants you to believe. They want you confused, overwhelmed, and distracted. They want you chasing shiny objects, upgrading your lifestyle, and drowning in debt. They want you stuck in a cycle of working, spending, and surviving, never thriving. But you're not here to survive, are you? You're here to dominate, to break free, to take control of your money instead of letting it control you, to strip away the unnecessary and focus on what really matters, to simplify your finances for sustainability. Because simplicity isn't weakness, it's power. Set financial goals, the compass to your freedom. Without goals, you're drifting, lost, aimless. Every dollar you earn slips through your fingers because you don't have a plan. You're chasing shadows, spending without purpose, and wondering why you're stuck. But when you set clear, measurable, and time-bound financial goals, everything changes. Your goals become your compass, your guiding star. They tell your money where to go instead of letting it wander aimlessly. Want to pay off debt? Set a deadline. Want to save for a house? Define the amount. Want to invest for your future? Decide how much and by when. These aren't dreams, they're missions. And missions demand discipline. They demand sacrifice. They demand relentless focus. But here's the brutal truth. Without goals, you'll never escape mediocrity. You'll stay stuck, living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where it all went wrong. So ask yourself, what are you fighting for? What's your financial finish line? Define it, commit to it, and refuse to stop until you've crossed it. Practice frugality, the art of restraint. Frugality isn't about deprivation, it's about liberation. It's about learning to live with what truly matters and rejecting everything that doesn't. It's about slashing the excess, cutting out the distractions, and focusing on what brings real value to your life. But here's the catch. Most people can't do it. They're slaves to their desires, addicted to instant gratification, constantly upgrading their lives to chase fleeting happiness. They confuse wants with needs. They tell themselves they deserve the latest gadgets, the fanciest vacations, the trendiest clothes. And in doing so, they bury themselves alive under the weight of lifestyle inflation. Not you. You're different. You know the difference between what you need to survive and what you want to indulge. You don't let society dictate your spending. You don't let marketers seduce you into thinking happiness can be bought. You practice restraint. You choose discipline over indulgence. You choose freedom over fleeting pleasure. Because every dollar you save is a weapon you'll use to build your future, not someone else's. Avoid financial FOMO, the death of comparison. Here's the truth about keeping up with others. It's a trap. A shallow, bottomless pit that swallows your money, your energy, and your peace of mind. Financial FOMO, the fear of missing out, is the poison that kills dreams. It's the voice that whispers, "You should have what they have. You deserve it too." But let me tell you something. What they have doesn't matter. Their car, their house, their vacations, their distractions. Smoke and mirrors designed to make you feel inadequate. Stop comparing. Stop chasing. Stop letting someone else's life dictate your financial choices. The truth is, most of those people aren't even free. They're drowning in debt, shackled by their image, and terrified of being exposed. Don't envy their prison. Focus on your own journey, your own goals, your own freedom. Because the only race that matters is the one you're running with yourself. The path to true freedom. Simplicity isn't easy. It's not glamorous. It won't impress anyone on Instagram. But simplicity is sustainable. Simplicity is powerful. Simplicity is the foundation of true financial freedom. Set your goals and don't waver. Practice frugality like a warrior sharpening their blade. And silence the noise of comparison that seeks to derail you. Because this isn't just about money, it's about control. It's about choosing the life you want instead of settling for the life society tries to sell you. So what's it going to be? Will you keep complicating your finances, chasing illusions, and falling into the traps laid by the world around you? Or will you simplify, focus, and build something real? Will you choose the fleeting comfort of conformity or the lasting power of financial independence? The choice is yours. But know this, time waits for no one. Every dollar wasted is a dollar stolen from your future. Every distraction, indulged, is a step further from your goals. Every moment you delay is a moment lost forever. Decide, commit, simplify, and rise. Because the life you want isn't waiting for you. You have to fight for it. And when you do, when you strip away the unnecessary and focus on what truly matters, you'll realize that financial freedom isn't about having it all. It's about having enough. Enough to live, enough to grow, enough to thrive. So rise, simplify, and take control. The power is already yours. Lesson 7. Financial freedom is a journey. Conquer the road to independence. Financial freedom. It's not just a destination, it's a journey. A brutal uphill climb that demands every ounce of your discipline, focus, and determination. And most people, they'll never make it. They'll stop before they even start. They'll tell themselves it's too hard, too slow, too impossible. They'll choose comfort over progress, indulgence over discipline, and chains over freedom. But not you. You're here because you know that freedom isn't handed out. It's earned. It's forged in the fire of small, consistent actions, burned into existence by the relentless pursuit of your goals. Financial freedom isn't about luck. It's not about big, flashy breakthroughs. It's about the grind, the discipline, the choices you make every single day. And if you're willing to embrace the journey, nothing can stop you. Start small. Plant the seeds of freedom. Let's get one thing straight. You don't need to be rich to start. You don't need to make 6 figures. You don't need a magic formula. All you need is the willingness to start, no matter how small it seems. Saving $5 a day might not sound like much, but here's the truth. Small changes compound. They build momentum. They set the foundation for something far greater. Most people never start because they're obsessed with the big picture. They think, if I can't save thousands, why bother? That's the excuse of the weak. The excuse of those who will never taste freedom. Don't be like them. Start small and start now. Because every dollar saved, every debt paid, every smart decision you make today is a step closer to breaking free from the system designed to keep you trapped. Build habits. Master your discipline. Here's the harsh reality. Financial freedom isn't sexy. It's not about lottery wins or overnight success. It's about habits. It's about doing the boring, disciplined work that most people refuse to do. Creating a budget, sticking to it, saying no to instant gratification, tracking your expenses, investing consistently. It's not glamorous, but it's the only way out. Habits are the bridge between where you are and where you want to be, and building them requires sacrifice. You'll have to say no when everyone else is saying yes. No to the latest gadgets, the impulse buys, the nights out that leave your wallet empty. You'll have to wake up every day and make the same disciplined choices. even when no one is watching, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Because success doesn't come from one big decision. It comes from 1,000 small ones made over and over again. Celebrate milestones. Fuel the fire. The journey to financial freedom is long, and there will be moments when you feel like giving up. That's why you need to celebrate your milestones. Not with reckless spending, but with intentional rewards that remind you why you're fighting this fight. Paid off a credit card? Treat yourself to a small indulgence. Hit a savings goal? Take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. Celebrating milestones isn't about derailing your progress. It's about staying motivated. It's about keeping the fire alive. But remember this, the celebration is a moment, not a lifestyle. Don't let it become an excuse to slip back into old habits. Use it as fuel to keep climbing, to keep pushing, to keep moving forward. The journey is the test. Financial freedom isn't for the faint of heart. It's not for those who want quick fixes, easy answers, or instant results. It's for the warriors, the relentless, the ones who understand that the journey is a test of patience, discipline, and resolve. Every day you're faced with choices: spend or save, indulge or invest, complain or commit. Most people fail because they choose comfort over growth. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, next week, next year. And you know what? Tomorrow never comes for them. They stay stuck in the same cycle, enslaved by their habits, their excuses, and their fears. But you're not like them. You've already chosen the harder path, the path of discipline, sacrifice, and self-mastery. And while the road is long, it's worth every step. Because financial freedom isn't just about money, it's about power. The power to choose how you live. The power to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. The power to own your time, your energy, your life. Will you take the journey? Let me ask you this. Are you willing to start small? To make the hard choices day after day, even when progress feels invisible? Are you willing to build the habits that will carry you through the darkest moments of this journey? Are you willing to celebrate your wins without losing sight of the ultimate goal? Because make no mistake, this is a journey, and it's not easy. But if you stay the course, if you refuse to quit, if you embrace the grind, you will rise. You will break free. You will build a life on your terms. The question isn't whether it's possible. The question is whether you have the guts to see it through. So decide now. Commit now. Start now. Because financial freedom is waiting, but it won't wait forever. The clock is ticking. The time is now. Rise, fight, and take what's yours. This journey is your proving ground. Show the world what you're made of. Lesson 8. Empower yourself through education, the weapon of financial liberation. You want power? Real power? Then forget everything you think you know about money. Forget the lies you've been told, the myths you've clung to, and the excuses that have kept you in the dark. Power isn't handed to you. It's not something you stumble upon. It's something you earn. And the weapon to claim it? Education? You want to be free? Then it's time to sharpen your mind, to arm yourself with the knowledge that dismantles the system designed to keep you weak. Because make no mistake, ignorance is the most profitable currency to those who control the game. And as long as you stay ignorant, you're playing by their rules. It's time to flip the board. Learn about money. Knowledge is power. Financial literacy isn't a luxury, it's a survival skill. If you don't know how money works, you're nothing more than a pawn in someone else's game. Every dollar you spend, every loan you sign, every paycheck you squander is a reflection of your understanding, or lack thereof. So, learn. Obsess over it. Read the books. Listen to the podcasts. Take the courses. But don't just consume information. Apply it. Because knowledge without action is worthless. Educate yourself about saving, investing, debt management, and how the system really works. Understand the traps set for you. High interest loans, lifestyle inflation, impulse spending. Learn the rules of the game so you can start breaking them. This isn't about becoming an expert overnight. This is about lighting a fire in your mind. A fire that grows brighter with every piece of knowledge you acquire. A fire that will burn down the ignorance that has kept you trapped for so long. Stay in control. Dominate your finances. Here's the harsh truth. Most people don't control their money. Their money controls them. They're too afraid to check their bank accounts, too lazy to set goals, too complacent to track their progress. And that's exactly what the system wants. Mindless consumers who don't question where their money is going. But not you. You're here to take control, to dominate, to own every dollar that flows into and out of your life. Review your finances regularly. Calculate your net worth. Set clear, measurable goals and track them ruthlessly. Know exactly where you stand and where you're going. This isn't just about numbers. It's about accountability. It's about facing the uncomfortable truths of where you are and owning the responsibility to change it. Because the moment you take control is the moment you become unstoppable. No more excuses. No more ignorance. Just pure, unrelenting focus on your financial future. Build confidence. The snowball of power. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. And it starts with education. The more you learn, the more you take action. The more action you take, the more results you see. And with every step forward, your confidence grows. You'll make mistakes along the way. Don't fear them. Embrace them. Every misstep is a lesson, a building block for your foundation. As you pay off debt, as you save, as you invest, you'll feel it. That surge of power, that realization that you're no longer at the mercy of circumstances, that you control your money, your future, your life. But don't let confidence turn into complacency. Keep learning. Keep growing. The world of money is vast, and mastery takes time. Stay hungry. Stay curious. Stay ruthless in your pursuit of knowledge and progress. The battlefield of financial freedom. Let me remind you, this isn't just about money. This is about power. Power over your time. Power over your choices. Power over your life. And education is your weapon. The more you learn, the stronger you become. The stronger you become, the less the system can control you. So, what's it going to be? Will you stay in the shadows, blinded by ignorance and fear? Or will you step into the light, armed with the knowledge that can set you free? Will you let your money slip through your fingers? Or will you take the reins and build a future on your terms? The choice is yours, but time waits for no one. Every day you delay is a day you stay enslaved. Educate yourself. Take control. Build your confidence. And rise. Because in this game, knowledge isn't just power. It's survival. It's freedom. And it's yours for the taking. So rise, fight, and claim what's yours. No one else will do it for you. Empower yourself through education, and watch as the world bends to your will. To those of you who are new here, welcome to the GrimFace movement. You've taken the first step into a world where excuses die and freedom begins. If you felt the fire today, don't let it fade. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we carve a path to financial independence, one battle at a time. And if you're ready to take your journey even further, check out our partner channel, GrimFace Motivation. Over there, we focus on discipline, resilience, and the warrior mindset you'll need to conquer, not just your finances, but every aspect of your life. Because freedom isn't just about money, it's about mastering yourself. To those of you who've been with us since the beginning, who've stayed through every challenge, every lesson, every dark moment, we see you, and we thank you. You're the backbone of this movement, the proof that the fight is worth it. And to our returning viewers, welcome back. You already know this isn't a journey for the faint of heart, but you keep showing up. That's the GrimFace way. This is more than a channel. This is a movement, a war against the system, against mediocrity, against anything that keeps us from claiming what's ours. So subscribe, join us, share this message, and together, we'll rise.